Marcus was 23, with calloused hands and eyes that hadn't yet learned to lie. He worked at Walsh Courier Service. He wasn't wealthy, but he was known for his word. His mother had raised him that way before she passed 3 years ago. "Son," she used to say, her thin hand squeezing his. "Being poor is temporary if you work hard, but being dishonest? That poverty never leaves you." On a warm Tuesday in July, dispatcher called Marcus into the office. "A special delivery," Mr. Chen said. "An antique clock to Cambridge. $3,000. Cash." Marcus's heart jumped. 3,000. That was almost 2 months of salary. But he simply nodded and took the address. An elderly man waited outside the storage unit. "You must be Marcus," the man said. "Yes, sir. I'm here for the clock." The old man studied him for a long moment. "I'm Robert Callahan. Come inside." In the center of the storage stood a magnificent grandfather clock, already wrapped in protective blankets. But what caught Marcus's attention was a leather briefcase sitting on a nearby shelf. "The clock goes to my home on Brattle Street," Mr. Callahan said. "But this briefcase contains something more valuable. Legal documents, stock certificates, some cash. There's about $75,000 inside. It need to go to my attorney's office in the financial district. Different address." He handed Marcus 2 cards with 2 addresses printed on them. "You'll take the clock first, then the briefcase. I'll pay you $3,000 for both deliveries. But here's the situation. I can't accompany you. My doctor's appointment is in 20 minutes. Can't miss it." "Sir, I give you my word. I'll deliver both safely." "Your word," Mr. Callahan repeated softly. Something sad flickering across his features. The first delivery went smoothly. Marcus wheeled the clock into the foyer where the housekeeper directed him, set it carefully in place, and took a verification photo. Now, only the briefcase remained. He placed it on the passenger seat and began to drive toward the financial district. As he waited at a red light, his eyes drifted to the briefcase. The leather was worn but expensive. Through the partially open zipper, he could see the corner of a bundle of cash wrapped in a bank band. A thought arrived. Just look inside. He gripped the wheel tighter. The light turned green, but the thought grew louder. He pulled over. His hands shook. He thought about overdue rent, his mother's medical bills, how tired he was. He opened the briefcase, stacks of $100 bills. He pulled out one stack, $5,000. His mother's voice came then, not from memory but vivid, as if she were sitting in the passenger seat. "Being poor is temporary if you work hard, but being dishonest, that poverty never leaves you." He saw her face, smiling when he'd gotten this job. "You're going to do the right way," she'd said. "Honor her memory by stealing?" "No," he whispered aloud. "No, I'm not." He placed the stack back carefully. He zipped the briefcase closed. He wiped his eye with his sleeve. Then he drove straight to the attorney's office. He delivered it to his secretary, got a signature, and left. That evening, his phone rang. Mr. Callahan's voice was warm. "Marcus, can you come to my home tomorrow morning at 9? I have something important to discuss with you." The next day, Marcus sat in Mr. Callahan's study. "Yesterday was a test, Marcus. My attorney called after you left. He counted every dollar. All 75,000 was there. But the bills were in a different order than I placed them. Someone had opened that briefcase and looked at the money." Marcus's face went pale. "But then the same person put every dollar back and delivered it safely." Mr. Callahan continued, his voice soft. "You were tempted. You opened it. You held my money in your hands, and you chose honesty anyway. That's not weakness, Marcus. That's character." He slid a document across the desk. "I am changing my will, Marcus. My sons will inherit the properties and business. I can't cut them out entirely, but I'm appointing you as financial trustee. Every major decision requires your approval. You'll receive $150,000 per year for life." Marcus stared at the document, stunned. "Sir, they're going to hate me for this." "Probably, but it's guaranteed, legally binding, irrevocable." He leaned forward. "I won't let my sons destroy in 10 years what took me 50 to build. You held $75,000 in your hand yesterday and gave it back. That's the person I want guarding my legacy." Marcus felt his throat tighten. "Why me, sir? You barely know me." "I know your mother raised you right." He pulled out another paper. "Your mother's medical bills are paid as of this morning. All $63,000. Your rent is paid through next year, and you start learning the business tomorrow." Marcus couldn't speak. Tears rolled down his face. "But we have an agreement." Mr. Callahan extended his hand. Marcus stood and shook it firmly. "Yes, sir. You have my word." "Your mother would be proud, son. She left you character." That night, Marcus thought about the moment in the van, the choice that changed everything. He had chosen the thought that honored who he wanted to be, not who desperation was trying to make him. And that choice had changed everything. Marcus chose character over cash. What will you choose? Subscribe to English in Tales. Learn English through stories that teach values, not just vocabulary.